Hey everybody, day 18 of 2 hours of meditating every day and then sharing my experiences with you guys. Today has been quite something, just a, a lot of burning in the meditation, a lot of burning away of things that I was hanging on to that just haven't been serving me, of habits and behaviors that are from an old story that I still act out, and seeing how that they're from an old story and how I've been expanding into something new. And so when I act out an old story, there's going to be a lot of pain. There's going to be like the energetic repercussions of that, of when we act below our awareness. It's like kind of like life kicks our ass to get us up to where we truly are vibrating at. And I've been feeling that more and more on this meditation journey, meditating for 2 hours every day. It has brought me a great deal more of awareness of what is really in my deepest alignment, what is really true, and is what is really true action that is connected to my inner power and my inner truth of who I really am. And when I veer from that, when I act out of alignment, it doesn't even have to be anything major. It seems like when we deepen our awareness, like to a certain point, any action out of alignment, we become almost more sensitive to it. And we can really feel when we're like, oh, that's not who I am anymore. That's an old story. And so, yeah, feeling the 2:22 on this clock. Nice. Feeling the energetic repercussions of it. And it's not like God is punishing us or anything like that. It's more like we're just creating this pain for ourselves to teach ourselves, to learn, to grow, to show us, wow, I really do want to let go of that. Or maybe you do something, or you eat something, or it can be something minor. It doesn't have to be some major thing. And you feel bad after it. And it's that bad feeling. It's that feeling in your body like that just wasn't my truth. That is what actually helps you to let go of that action, that behavior, that impulse, maybe that old addiction that you keep coming back to. This is huge with addiction. We don't let go of addiction until the pain of the addiction becomes greater than the pain of letting go of the addiction. And when we higher our awareness, when we raise our consciousness, the pain of the old story, of acting out that old story, becomes so much greater than the pain of facing the fear of stepping into our truth, of stepping into our real power. And that's what I'm realizing is like, there's so much power in us, guys. There's so much power to create exactly, I don't want to put it that way, to create what we want, but more or less to respond to life in a true and powerful way. And when we respond to life with an old story, that's going to come with kind of like this, like you're going to feel the effects of that, and it's just there to teach you. It's just life teaching you, and it's life saying, hey, you're actually up here, and this is now your awareness, and you just kind of went to an old story that was over here, down here. Not to make one better or worse, because it's all valuable, but it's life saying, okay, it's time for you to embody this level of awareness that you have accessed, that you have tapped into, that you have discovered within yourself. So I've been feeling a lot of that, and this goes a little bit, I want to mention something about Kundalini symptoms. A lot of a Kundalini awakening, especially early on, but even as you go deeper into it, you can feel a lot of burning sensations. And this is the Kundalini burning away your old stories, your old beliefs rooted in fear and lack, your old patterns and addictions that you used to rely on to escape from your feelings, to escape from your pain and your wounds. So if you're having a lot of burning while you're going through a Kundalini or spiritual awakening, that energetic burning sensation, it can especially happen in the head. I had some of it today, and it reminded me of earlier in this awakening how I would have that all the time. You could probably go back and see a lot of my earlier videos how I talk about it. And I realized more and more that's what it is. It's just a burning away of your karma, of your unconsciousness, of your stories, of your conditioning, so that you can connect more to your essence, to your innocence, And it really helps you to embody your truth. And it's so true. On the other side of pain is always magic. So I'm just really, really staying open to this, this, energetic. I feel more out of alignment today than I have in a while, and I'm seeing the gift in it. I'm seeing how it's teaching me, like, oh, this is not where my truth is, and it's showing me. It's like the pressure cooker of awakening. It's like life is like, it's like pressure cooking away everything out of you. Or it's like when they create a diamond, what's that called, where it's like heat and pressure to create a crystal or a diamond. Like, that's this awakening process. Sometimes it's just that pressure and that heat, that burning, and it's just life. It's like life creating something new through you, as you. And this can be really painful on the human, on the ego. But it's a process where, once you start going through it and developing that trust in the process and that knowing that this is for your highest evolution, and once you really get on board with the process of coming into your highest evolution and embracing what that looks like in all the darkness and the light, then we can really start to open to it in a real way. And the days where you're out of alignment don't quite go on as long, and you find your way back to your center, back to your truth a little bit quicker each time. That's what I'm noticing on this awakening journey. I still fall off the tracks and wipe out all the time, but it takes me less time to come back into my heart, to come back into my truth. It takes me less time to recognize that's an old story. And the other thing is, I'm so much more forgiving and compassionate of myself when I do fall off the tracks. I used to have a real big issue where I just beat the shit out of myself about every little mistake on this path, and that was a lot of my old story of perfectionism and having to do everything right, otherwise I wouldn't feel like I was good enough, right? So much on this path is like, when these things come up, when I make an error, when I act out an old story, when I don't embody my full awareness that I've accessed, instead of beating the shit out of myself and just saying how I shouldn't have done this, I just say, I did the best I could in that moment. And I let those parts come up that are feeling like that burning sensation, maybe that you have that anger with yourself. And I just feel that anger and I say, it's okay. I love you. You did the best you can. I'm here with you. I'm going to sit with you. I just soothe that part of myself that feels so disappointed, that feels like it's not good enough because it's not perfect, And I just soothe that lie, that old story, and I just tell that old story, it's okay. It's okay. And so when you're in pain, when you're suffering, and you perceive it's because you acted out of alignment and you threw your energy out by doing something that wasn't really true to you, just take a deep breath, get still with that, and start being okay with it, and start giving yourself compassion and forgiveness, and start, like, how would you treat a small child if they made a mistake, You would see how innocent they were and how they were just doing the best they could, and you would tell them that you love them and that it's okay and that you're going to learn from this. And that's what you need to do to yourself when this inner child comes up, and when these aspects of you are coming up and being burned away by the light of your consciousness. Instead of hating every second of it, which it's hard to do sometimes, I know that too, just see if you can embrace the process and allow these aspects to be burned away by the Kundalini, by the light of consciousness, while opening your heart to them and shining your compassion and your love on them. And you'll find that this integration process, it won't take you as long each time you fall off the tracks, each time you act out of alignment. You learn from it quicker, you pick yourself back up, you come back into alignment, and you keep going. Because you're not doing yourself or anyone else any favors when we just get down on ourselves, and when we don't forgive ourselves, and when we cause ourselves more pain than necessary. And sometimes we have to do that to learn that it's unnecessary. So if that happens with you, forgive yourself for that even. Forgive yourself for not forgiving yourself. You see what I mean? Just keep going deeper into that movement. And you'll find each time you fall off the tracks, the next time it's so much easier to just breathe with yourself and to say, okay, I learned that lesson again, even though this is the you'll say like, this is the 50th time I've had to learn it. I learned it again in a new way. And now I can move on from it and release it with compassion and integrate the parts of me that it showed me that need love and my forgiveness, and move forward. And just know that this too shall pass. This is all very fleeting. Your highs, your joy, your love, the bliss is fleeting. So are the lows. They're fleeting as well. And this is really just about coming into a place of non-judgment no matter what's arising, and non-judgment with yourself no matter what you, what you feel like you've done wrong, or any disappointment you have with yourself, or anything like that. Just open to the feelings that are coming up, accept them, accept yourself, and accept the Kundalini symptoms if you're having those. See them as just bringing you into your highest self, into your highest state of being, so that you can allow your heart to open more, and so that you can share and give love with, to others, and give your gifts to the world in a more pure and innocent way, and in a more powerful way than you ever have. This is all happening for your highest good. So it's just a learning path, guys. We're not going to be perfect. That's not the point. And I'm telling this to myself too. I need to hear this. It's okay. We're human beings. So letting go of stuff can be really hard, but once we've let go of it, there's a whole new self waiting for us to embody, and then we embody that, and then we just keep going. So I love you all so much. Thank you for supporting me on this journey. It means a lot. I think I'll be heading home in the next day or two. It's snowing here in Portland, which has really brought so much stillness and silence to this city when it so desperately needed it. It's like the timing is incredible, and it's just brought a lot of peace. I can feel so much more peace today, and even some sadness. I feel like so much letting go here, and I feel that in my own body and my own mind. Just, feeling this kind of this lowness, which is what is really needed right now. We need the city, this country, I feel, just needs some deep rest. And that's what we need on the spiritual path too, especially when we feel like we're out of alignment and we've kind of lost ourselves. Just come into a place of deep rest and deep stillness. Come back into your connection with yourself, and then go forward. We don't want to be making actions and decisions from a place of pain. We want to be trying to make decisions and actions from a place of inner alignment. So I love you guys today. I keep saying that, but I really do. I love you so much. And I will see you on day 19. Namaste.